Welcome everybody. I hope you are having a wonderful week. I am back with another video of release notes. I'm sorry this one is a little bit delayed. Hope we're making up for it in quality. I'm back at least in my trusty Web Manuals hoodie, and I'm just happy to get the release notes out to you per video, so not only in text. Also, because in this one we actually have a little bit of meat in regards to our new announcements and other features that we are implementing. So let's get on with the show, shall we? For the first thing I want to show you is our new functionality to move up and down. Because the move up and down for text sections used to only be within the page, but now we've changed it. So let's have a look at it, shall we? Here, if we take a text section, this one, I'll click on it and I'll say move down, and it moves down. We can do it twice and it moves to the bottom. But if I keep going, move down, it will actually move down to the next page. So now your text sections can traverse across pages as well if you want them to, which should make it a lot easier to control where they're going and how you want them to move. So you don't have to specifically select a specific page every time you're moving to a new page. So I hope you enjoy that. The next thing I want to look at is our fix functionality that we have, looking at under review and for check for warnings, and here we can see I have a warning. This warning I will check with my wrench and it will show up, and I can say fix it and it will fix it. Before this version, the fix button would actually stop working in case the heading that I'm linking to had been removed. So if it did not exist anymore, the system would stop and say I can't do anything here, so I'll just stop the process. Now it will just skip that specific heading and it will keep fixing the rest of the headings and the rest of the connections. So you will only have the ones left that you actually need to pay attention to because their target has just been eliminated. So we can fix this for now and be happy. Luckily, this one did not have that issue. Another thing we've done is we've actually brought you back the email archive. So over here in system, you will find the email archive. We removed it for the new user interface and never really brought it back. And of course you need to have the email archive so you know exactly what types of emails and which emails and to who you've actually sent out. And you are now able to do that again. Unfortunately, this is a test site, so I don't have any emails to send out. We just got the site up and running. The last thing I want to talk about is something that really excites me. It's something we've been waiting for a very long time, and I'm just so happy to be able to bring it to you because now we have announcements. Announcements is a thing, and it is now released. It's been in code review for quite a while, and now it's ready for you to get in the system. You can find announcements under users. So clicking users, you will find announcements down here. And here you can see we have quite a few test announcements done by Vicky and Michaela. And let's create another one, shall we? So down here, I can choose to add a new announcement. This is very important. Read it now. And of course, this is where you should put in what they need to read. I just don't have text ready. Well, actually, I might have. There we go. Maybe not the most information providing content, but they will appreciate it. I can then choose to send my announcement to everybody in the company or to custom people, either to a specific role or to a specific user type. So I can decide, well, this one should actually only go out to our V747 pilots, for example. Or in this case, to all. I can also attach a document to this if I want to do that, and I can define a priority. Priority 1 being the most important with the color red attached to it, and then the full range of the rainbow, skipping pilot, unfortunately, and ending at number 5. So 1 and red is the most important and urgent, and then scaling down. We'll put it at a 1 just because we can. And then we can tick in that we require acknowledgement on this specific announcement. I press save, and now this announcement will go out to all of our users in Web Manuals, and as soon as they log in on the dashboard, they will actually be able to see that. So now here we can see that the announcements show up with 2 new updates. Clicking on it, I can see that these ones are new. I can see exactly when I received them, when they were sent out. I can then click it. I can see that. I can open the attached manual. Perfect, beautiful. And jumping back to my announcement, open up that attached manual, and I can acknowledge it if it was required to. And this one is. So we'll click acknowledge on that, and that is now ticked out. And then the other one, very important, the one we just did, I can then read that manual and I can acknowledge that. And now everything is perfectly dandy. As time passes on, of course, you will receive more and more of these announcements, and you might have a good chunk of them. Of course, you're able to sort them on when they were received, who they were sent from, the title, and you can choose to just sort to only see the unread. Going back to the admin side, we can still see all of our announcements. I'm just going to update. There we go. And here we can do a few things with these ones as well, because we can actually tick in on every announcement and choose user performance. And here we can see who has actually read this announcement, who has acknowledged this announcement. I can also choose to archive an announcement if it's no longer needed. We should do that accordingly to make sure that everything is kept nice and clean and any old announcements and notices have been removed from the system. And of course, if we tick in multiple, like so, we can also choose to actions archive from here. And last but not least, meaning that we archive them does not mean that we delete them. No, we just archive them. So if we go to the archive here, we will see every announcement that's ever been archived. So we will still save everything. So in general, the announcement is a new small feature that allows you to send out notices or smaller announcements to people, small snippets of information with a document attached. You can track, if you want to, if it's been read or not, or acknowledged or not. And most importantly, it allows you to help your readers discern how important is this? Is this something super urgent, or is it something that I can wait with until tomorrow? I really hope that you enjoy it. And the last thing that we've done in regards to improvements is that we have applied a lot of fixes to the servers to improve performance and increase security. It's not something that I can show you, but I hope that you feel it in the late hours of the day. Now it's time for bug fixes. A good handful of bug fixes this release. I will go through the ones that are relevant for you to know, or at least the ones that's been reported by customers, or I know some customers are really interested in getting fixed, or at least waiting for. So first one, we fixed the spell checker not working for sentences with abbreviations, because earlier it did not. One sentence with an abbreviation in and the spell checker would not hit that sentence. Now it does. We changed the text of the disable review button under review, because after the review had been activated, it would still say disable review, and it would not mention anything about notifying reviewers. Now it will say disable review / notify reviewers, so that you know this is still where you notify reviewers even after you've activated your review. We have fixed the document specific workflow settings to show that they apply after saving. Before it didn't really show, you need to reload for the changes to show. Now it will show automatically. So it will be a little bit more clear, and the workflow, the user or the usage of the workflow will be a lot easier when you work on that level. We fixed an issue with the revision summary module. Some of the text fields did not display content after a comma was added. That is now fixed, so now you can actually safely use commas in your revision summary modules, which is a good thing, I guess. Also, inactive users have been hidden from user performance. We don't feel that it makes sense that you can see users that's been inactive for a while, especially because we probably don't care if they read their documents while they are inactivated for some reason or other. So now inactive users are automatically hidden from user performance. We fixed saving cross-references with a new heading number and thereby not removing the old reference. So now, earlier, if you made a new reference to a heading and that was then connected, the old reference would still exist in the background. That has now been removed, so you will no longer get warnings on that. So in general, the system should just clean up its own mess, which is positive, I reckon. Also, we fixed an issue we had where in a few cases, if you renamed a chapter, it would actually draft every first page of every other chapter as well, which did not make sense. It only happened in a very few small instances, but where it happened, it was an issue. It is now solved and it should not happen again. We also had a thing where if you uploaded files with a specific file extension, that extension would not be saved correctly and not kept. Now it is, so now your files will actually keep your file extensions, which is a good thing, I guess. We had an issue with the email templates would not save if the send every was not activated or put in. Now they do. So now you can even save them with all of your settings, even though you don't know how often it should be sent out. Also, for our Thai customers, document names encoded in emails will now be correct. So now it will actually have the correct lettering and language and not just be question marks and crazy characters that the computer makes up. And the last thing for this release note, we fixed an issue in our template documents where in the child, if you moved your text sections around and added new ones in between, the parent text would be injected into the new text sections that you put in because it was counting text sections on the page. Now the text sections are hard connected with an internal key. Thereby you can have your own text sections on the pages wherever you want, and the parent data will just be injected around it. So that should help any of you using template documents. And those are the release notes for this month. Next month will be the Christmas month. This is December, actually the 1st of December recording this, meaning that our Christmas sprint will take effect very soon. So our sprints will be a little bit longer. I will still be doing release notes for you whenever we release. Have a wonderful Christmas and a beautiful December. Goodbye.